since we came into government, we've changed it. I'm excluding more extremist preachers than have been excluded before. We've got more high-quality programmes, working with more people. We've introduced a new programme which actually isn't for those who are immediately at danger of radicalisation, but for those who are perhaps further out. And around 2,000 people have been worked with in just the last year in that particular part of the programme, and we're doing more work with more prisoners in more prisons.
So the answer to whether it's hundreds or thousands is you regard it as thousands who are potentially a risk?
Potentially.
People will wonder, is it really necessary to have new laws in order to stop people standing on the streets of Britain calling for the beheading of soldiers? Or is it just that those laws are not being implemented?
Well, I think the task force, which is going to be able to look across the whole of government, I've talked to you about the Prevent programme in the Home Office. We need to look across institutions like universities, whether there's more work we can be doing in prisons. But yes, we do need to look at the powers, we need to look at the laws, we need to look, for example, at the question of whether perhaps we need to have banning orders to ban organisations that don't meet the threshold for prescription. We need to look at organisations outside government as well as what government is doing across the various departments, so like the work of Ofcom, for example. These are issues that are being raised. So
Ofcom, let me just be clear, you're talking about, in other words, internet, hate preaching, or what's shown on television? What would you like the communications regulator to do?
One of the issues we need to look at is whether we've got the right processes, the right rules in place in relation to what is being beamed into people's homes.
What's your instinct, Mrs Thatcher? Mrs Thatcher used to talk about the oxygen of publicity. Is your fear as Home Secretary that we, the broadcasters, that the internet service providers have provided hate, if you like, the oxygen of publicity?
There is no doubt that people are able to watch things through the internet which can lead to radicalisation. What we do is we have a referral unit which members of the public and organisations are able to refer into that unit when they've got concern about what's being broadcast across the internet, and a significant number, since that unit was set up in 2010, something like 5,500, 5,700 separate pieces have been taken down off the internet. But we need to look at this, as I say, we need to see if we should be doing more, we need to see if there are additional steps we should be taking to prevent radicalisation.
And do you include the television companies in that? Did you shout at your television as you saw somebody like Anjem Choudhury on the screens, and do you believe the broadcasters are not exercising their responsibilities?
Well, I think Anjem Choudhury has disgusting views, and I think it is right that we look at how those views are being presented. And I think there were many people who did indeed say, what is the BBC doing interviewing Anjem Choudhury?